Simon. Today's topic, guys, is about your money. So I'm gonna take a few minutes in this long video to tell you one important element when you are dealing with women. And this has nothing to do with women, but but you will be highly effective if you do exactly what I say. And exactly what I'm saying is get your money right. Get your money right, and the things with women will dramatically improve. Your relationships with the opposite sex will dramatically improve. And now, let me go and elaborate on this little topic. And I will give you a couple of examples of how people behave when it comes to the topic of money. Now, just by your experience, I want to ask you this question. How do you perceive another man that is financially independent, or I would rather say it, for your inconvenience, how do you perceive another man that is has a lot more money than you? Now, you automatically associate the money with success with women. That is not true at all, but that's how basic psychology works, and that's how basic perception works. Sometimes in this society, in this money society, money chasing society, we often make this mistake as men. Now, as soon as you hear that somebody has more money than you may automatically assume that he may have bigger genitals or something like this, or you may assume that he is more effective with women. That is not true, but it works on everyone. It works on everyone. And I will give you like a little bit of stories here, just a little bit of stories. Now, story number one is a story about my ex-employee. That was about 2001. It's about 19 years ago, 2001. I had like a little company going on with about 15 to 20 people working for me. And these people was very successful. My goal was to make them successful, and I made them successful. The majority of my workers was super successful at their job because I had to take proportion of their money. There was a straight commission job, very tough job, street environment, selling products, selling physical products on the street. Very tough job, a sales job. So I had to create these people to be a salespeople. Anyway, after a few years, uh, 14 years to be exact, I met one of my ex-workers, and he told me, well, I'm a multi-millionaire. And I was like, wow. My perception about this guy completely changed. I know that this guy was not very effective back then. He was slightly lazy. And actually, I fired him because he was lazy at the job at that time. However, when the guy told me that he's a multi-millionaire, I was like, what? My perception about this guy completely changed. And also, I assumed that everything in his life it's going on, but that was not the reality. So in further conversation with this person, I we was talking and how he became multi-millionaire, and of course he grabbed the Bitcoin wave. He was one of the first Bitcoin investors when the Bitcoin was less than a dollar, 58 to 90 cents. So he put a lot of money. He opened mining. Anyway, so but that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that as soon as he told me I'm like multi-millionaire, and he asked me, "What are you doing now?" Because he knew me as a business person, and I said, "Well, I'm consulting people to improve their businesses because that's what I was doing at that time." And he just say, "Hey, we have this project here," and he started talking about a new ICO, something that he was a creator of a startup company, and he said, "Can you help me with this?" And I said, uh, yeah, show me the materials. He showed me a brochure. I looked at the brochure and I told him, hey, you take this line, you take these pictures and move them here and there. I just rearranged the brochure in order to sell immediately. As soon as people see it, it should be automatic close. So sometimes you design something in order to sell. Most of the people do not know, but big companies have special departments to be designing stuff so they can automatically sell. These are all the people in marketing and in advertising. So now I looked at the brochure and for 5 minutes I consulted the guy. That all it takes, 5 minutes. He pulled out two brand new $100 bills and he gave it to me. So I literally made $200 in 5 minutes. I don't know what is the hourly rate, but that is not the important part. The important part is the way I felt about this guy, just because he told me he's a multimillionaire. So now that is one of the examples how we can be manipulated on the topic of money, success, relationships, and people awful do this mistake. They think if somebody is financially secure, financially independent, or financially better than you, therefore they have better status with women. And that is partially true. Now, this is the bad side of the story. That is partially true. Because money solves a lot of problems. People that have money, they have less problems. Like Dan Penna would say, I never heard uh, something to be paid with love, or with relationship. Anyway, so this is example number one. Now I'm going to give you example number two. Example number two is very, very peculiar example. I was in a conversation with a woman, and we was in a relationship, and that in that relationship, this woman greatly respected me. I had like the confidence and it's like all the necessary elements for the woman to stick with me forever. Anyway, a friend was calling me on the phone and we was talking about money, and this friend was in a miserable financial situation, so I had to help him with about a couple of $1,000, maybe $2,000, $3,000. It was not a big deal. And we was talking about generally about this issue that he had, the issue of $3,000. Anyway, the woman next to me inserted this statement: wow, this guy is behaving like a little bitch in front of you. I cannot believe this, how he is behaving. And women are very good to pick up this from the voice of other men. So she very quickly determined that he is in bad position, not only financially but also mentally. Why is that? Because he is in financial trouble. And women are very good. They are very, very good to smell that you are in financial trouble. Why this is important? Now let's get to the core of my topic. Why it is important for you to be in a good financial standing, or at least be financially independent, or at least get a good job, or at least don't mess up with your money, because it is important. Because let's take it now philosophically. Money is just a reflection of what you do, how you behave. Money are outcome of your performance. Let's put it this way. Now in America, as a famous comedian Louis C.K. said, if you are gainfully employed in United States of America or in the world, you have no reason to be bitching around and to be moaning and to be. You can live excellent life. How do I know that? Because I live in America for 20 years, in the United States of America for 20 years, and I know what is it really to come from a poor country. I come from literally one of the poorest countries now in Europe. That is Bulgaria, Southeast Europe. So this is the worst country. Just the population dropped from 9 million to 5.5 million. So all the people that are in good shape to work. They are working, guess where? Somewhere in Europe, somewhere in the United States, somewhere else in the world. So it is important to be financially solid because this will affect your psychology, this will affect your relationship with women, and this will affect literally everything. It will affect your life. And when it comes to women, women are masters to sense your financial troubles. And women don't want to deal with guys that do have financial troubles. So at least if you have financial troubles, make sure if you're about to chase a woman, or if you're about to seduce a woman, or if you're about to deal with a woman and have a relationship with a woman, just make sure that you don't bring up your financial troubles. It is crucial. Now, women are very susceptible and to this kind of manipulation in the matrix. All women. I don't want to say all women, but even those very very prosperous women financially, they are now women that are CEOs of companies. They make millions and billions of dollars. They are rich women. They are. Anyway, even those rich women, they would not want to deal. They would not want to deal with a guy who isn't financially troubled because they know subconsciously that if he is financially troubled, it means something else is not working in this person as a man. The manhood is gone. As soon as you are financially troubled, your manhood, your masculinity is taken away from you. So it is very important for you to stay in financial good, well, or how to say it, in good financial standing. This is crucial to be in good financial standing because it will affect your relationship. It will affect your uh, interaction with women. Now, some people say, should you pay the bill or should you not pay the bill? And I made videos in this channel that I say, hey, you should not pay the bill. You should make the woman to pay the bill. And I usually don't do that. But if you master this skill to convince the woman to pay your bill, it will only happen when you are financially stable. And in a way of the law of the attraction, it's kind of backwards. You can only attract something that you wish so much, yet you can go without it. It's like that's how it works. Let's say uh, if you want to have a good house, and if you are like crazy about good house, it will not work unless you say, yes, I really want this house so much, but anyway, I can live without the house. That's called disattachment of the what you want. Because once you are attached to what you want, let's say this is a woman. If you are going after a woman, and if you are so crazy about this woman, and everything in your being and in your behavior will show that you are crazy about this woman. But on the other hand, if you are crazy about this woman, but your behavior shows that you can live without her as well, you will become 10 times more desirable for the woman, if not thousands of times more desirable for the woman. Because in her woman brain, he will be thinking like this: well, this guy is all after me. He gives me all the signs that he is after me. He is nice, he is polite. I feel this sensation that he has in himself that he wants me badly. Yet he can live without me. And that is a conundrum in woman's head that works a lot. That is the most important thing. And the same with money. Once you get financially independent, once you get financially secured, once you get your money right, once you have enough money so you can feel like a human being, once you get all these things in the Maslow hierarchy, and they start with the simple thing like housing, shelter, clothing. These are all things dependent on money. Unfortunately, in our monetary kind of system and our money system, nobody will give you a badge for humanity, or nobody will give you a badge for a good soul, or nobody will give you a badge for you being a spiritual person. Unfortunately, it's like this. So you have to make your money right. Get your money right. Less problems with women. Zero problems with women, I would say. So now it's 15 minutes. I hope you will get something out of this talk. Money is important. Now, if you are the type of person that think, oh, money is not important, blah, 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 watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Money is very important. And if you are this type of person that are looking negligently on the topic of money, I can give you a few recommendations. Recommendation number one: if you believe in your core that money has no importance in your life, just do just the opposite. Go in YouTube and find all these people that talk about money all day long, so you can change your perspective on money. Because these people that talk about money all day long, they're talking about money all day long for a reason, because they have a lot of money. So if you're in one of the spectrum, no, money is shit, bullshit, money, blah blah blah. My suggestion to you is to go to listen to some people that will teach you about money. You will get their perspective. You will see the opposite perspective. The same way with women. Talk about with women about money and ask them, if you are on a date, if you are in a conversation, you may politely plug this question in the so-called interview, or in the so-called date, or in the so-called getting to know each other situation. If this is a fresh relationship, of course, you may just slightly say, but how do you feel about money? That's what you have to say. How do you feel? Not what do you think? Because women, they don't think about money, they feel about money, right? So you can just plug this question silently, undercover, under the radar, and you say just, how you feel about money? And the woman will be like, wow, she will give you like a whole like a whole book on how she feels about money. So here is my advice: please subscribe to the channel if you like. If you think this is helpful information, send it to at least 2 or 3 of your friends if you have any. If you have any, send it at least 1 or 2. That will greatly help the algorithm to promote this channel. Thank you so much. Play the game or be played.